Okay, this is episode 7, and this is kind of an interesting one in that we had a tour set up in Salerno, Italy, off the cruise ship we were on, and it got canceled. And so all of a sudden, we had to go to chat. We went to ChatGPT and said, "Hey, we had this tour get canceled," and we're typing in here. We're in the port of Salerno, Italy. And we need to figure out what to do since we're so disappointed that we're not going to on our tour to Pompei. And how do we do a walking tour of the city of Salerno and see all the historical sites, walk some of the area, maybe get some food, etc. And by the way, when we did this walking tour, which at the end of this we'll show a video of it, we did about 22,000 steps, almost 10 miles by the time we got done walking. So it was a good exercise day. Got to see a lot of stuff and got some great food out of it, and had some great stuff like cannoli, and saw all the stuff like limoncello and all that, and watched the crowd. And at the very end, we were on the ship and we got a send off from the local community as the ship sailed away. So it was kind of cool. A bunch of the townspeople all came out to wave us away. So anyway, we'll show that after we kind of go through what ChatGPT tells us to do here, and we'll show what we actually did after we got the recommendations here about a walking tour. So with that, we're gonna watch ChatGPT, come back and give us a recommendation about what to do for 6 hours, because that's about what we had before the ship sailed away. So, and again, at the end, my wife and I took pictures of all the different places we went, and so we're going to show a little video of that so you'll see it. So here it comes back. And, it says, "Hey, I'm sorry, starting to talk to you." That's kind of the great thing about ChatGPT, that, we're sorry to hear about all that. Here's a self-guided walking tour. It's going to be about 6 hours. You kind of start out at the Maritime Station, which is where we docked in the port, and talks about some of the different things, the Piazza della Libertà, and then Vida Mercante, and it's kind of a medieval, old, historic area of the town, and it's got some interesting streets and shopping and food and cafes and all that kind of stuff. And then told us to go to the Salerno Cathedral. And you'll see when we play the video here at the very end, we went walking right all through that stuff, and it came back and gave us all this stuff. It did say we could go to this botanical garden, and it also talked about going to the top to see a castle. We did not do that, but anyway, we spent the day walking through all this. We got 22,000 steps in, almost 10 miles, and made a good day out of nothing. And so from this, we will go back, and give you some dining recommendations. You'll see the restaurant we ate at. We found this little restaurant in the medieval part of the town. It was an old Italian place, and we had some great Italian food. And anyway, and then we had went and had some cappuccino and some of that before we headed back, and it was really great. So anyway, with that, I am going to end. Thank you for being on this video. We did enjoy our time. We made up for the loss we had by not being able to go to Palermo. And I am going to now follow this up. There'll be a video here at the end that talks about, or that shows kind of what we did. So again, thanks for being on this. If you liked it, say like. If you want to know how to download any of the ChatGPT and all that, there's links below. Look forward to seeing you in our next episode. Thank you again.